Look at a calendar. 7 days, over and over, marching across the page without end. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all the way to Sunday, and then it simply starts again. You have lived your entire life inside this rhythm. It feels as fixed and natural as sunrise. But here is something strange. Look up at the sky. Your day comes from up there. It is one full spin of the Earth. Your month is the moon, swelling and shrinking over about 30 days. Your year is the long, slow journey of the Earth around the sun. Almost every unit of time you use is written in the heavens. Except one, the week. There is nothing in the sky that takes 7 days. No star, no orbit, no shadow. The week matches nothing in nature at all. It is the one piece of time that human beings seem to have simply invented. So who decided on 7, and why are you still obeying it, thousands of years later? The answer is older and stranger than you think. To find it, you have to travel back more than 4,000 years to the flat river plains of ancient Mesopotamia and a people called the Babylonians. The Babylonians were obsessed with the sky. Night after night, they watched, and they noticed something. Most of the lights overhead were fixed. They wheeled across the dark in one locked, unchanging pattern. But a tiny handful of lights refused to behave. They wandered. They drifted against the background of stars, each on its own strange path. And when the Babylonians counted these wandering lights, they found exactly 7. The sun, the moon, and the 5 bright planets they could see with the naked eye. Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. 7 wanderers in the heavens. To a culture that already saw the number 7 as sacred and powerful, this was not a coincidence. It felt like a message. 7 lights, 7 days, 1 day to honor each. There was a second clue, 2, hiding in the moon. The moon takes roughly 29 days to cycle through its phases, and that cycle breaks into 4 neat pieces. New moon, half full and half again. Each piece is about 7 days long. So 7 was also very nearly 1/4 of a moon. But here's the catch that changed everything. The moon cycle does not divide evenly into 7s. The math drifts. So rather than keep snapping the week back to the moon, people did something quietly radical. They let the week float free. They cut it loose from the sky entirely and let it spin on its own, an endless loop of 7, answering to nothing but itself. And that free-floating 7 turned out to be unstoppable because it got picked up by religion. The idea of a sacred 7th day, a day of rest, was written deep into early scripture. In the very first pages of the Bible, the world is made in 6 days, and on the 7th, even God rests. That single idea gave the 7-day week a power no calendar reform could touch. From there, it spread across the ancient world. The Romans, who had once used an 8-day cycle, eventually adopted the 7-day week and named each day after the 7 planetary gods. The day of the sun, the day of the moon, the days of Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, and Saturn. In the year 321, the Emperor Constantine made it official across the entire Roman Empire. Those ancient names never left. They're hiding in your own calendar right now. Saturday is still Saturn's day. Sunday is the sun's. Monday belongs to the moon. The others were quietly swapped in English for the old Norse gods. Tuesday took the war god Tiw, standing in for Mars. Wednesday is Woden's day. Thursday belongs to Thor. Friday to the goddess Frigg. But say those same days in French, and the Roman gods reappear instantly. Mardi for Mars. Mercredi for Mercury. Jeudi for Jupiter. Vendredi for Venus. Now, you might assume something this arbitrary would eventually get fixed. A tidier system, a rounder number, and you would be right that people tried. They tried hard. During the French Revolution, the new government threw out the 7-day week entirely and replaced it with a clean, rational 10-day week. It was logical, it was modern, and it lasted only a few years before it collapsed. Later, the Soviet Union attempted its own redesign, first a 5-day week, then a 6, trying to keep its factories running without pause. That failed too. In every case, the same thing happened. The 7-day rhythm was simply too deep. People were born into it, married by it, rested through it. You cannot reason a habit that old out of an entire civilization. It had stopped being a choice and become part of the furniture of the human mind. So the 7-day week survived. Not because it is correct, not because nature demands it, but because 4,000 years ago, a group of sky watchers counted 7 wandering lights, decided the number was holy, and we simply never stopped. Sit with that the next time you sigh with relief and say, thank God it's Friday, because Friday is Venus. You are quietly naming a goddess of love and keeping a beat first set down by Babylonian astronomers in a language of the sky that almost no one looks up to read anymore. Your day is the earth turning. Your month is the moon. Your year is the sun. But your week, that stubborn little loop of 7 that rules your whole life, came from nowhere up there at all. It came from us, from an ancient, odd 7 lonely lights drifting through the dark.